You watch this and tell me it feels like a healthy society.
I'm videoing. Calling the police. Call the police.
You can call the police, but let's see how fast it takes for them to get there.
Let's take that.
Shut the door in case it comes in here.
These two guys ballied up. You don't know whether they got guns, whether they got knives, where you're hearing a man say, let's close the door in case they come in. So sad.
Oh, the Julas are in there. The Julas are in there. The men in there. Oh, he's attacking him now with a robot. They should be very careful. Oh my God. No, stop it.
Incredible. Listen, like I said, you don't know whether those guys had knives or guns. I get it. People are scared of being hurt, man. No one's going to help you. If people can stand by and just watch that happening, what makes you think that if you try to help that store, try to defend your community, whether someone ain't going to stand by and watch them pummel you with a sledgehammer? And what brought us to this situation? What brings us here? We can argue that there's less police funding as a result of the austerity, all different things you can argue has brought us to this point. But there has been a tear in the social cohesion in this country. There is a lot of bystander syndrome, people whipping out their phones, something goes wrong, someone's being attacked. The amount of YouTube videos, the amount of Instagram videos I see, and someone's getting attacked, things like this is happening. You're quick to whip your phone out and record it, put it on your Instagram. And listen, our streets nowadays are really unsafe. It speaks to a reduction in social cohesion. It's giving me a Mad Max sort of feeling, you know, Walking Dead sort of feeling. Check this. Incredible. Where's security? You see that there? Crazy. Retail crime across England and Wales has reached record levels. Do you reckon they're going to get caught? Do you reckon anything's going to be done about it? This is a big store. I think that's JD Sports. Think about that jeweler. I'm not sure how big that jeweler is. Maybe it's a family business, but it doesn't matter, man. Nowadays, people understand that they are less likely to be caught if they commit crimes. And so they're just going to go and do it. And the brazenness of this is madness. You must really think that your community is gone down the drain, that no one cares for you to do stuff like this. And when I say stuff like, listen, this whole country is going through an epidemic of violent crime, just crime in general. And I think that we should focus our attention more on that than import foreign grievances back into our country and argue amongst ourselves over it. I think that our politicians should be paying more attention to these sort of things than what's going on abroad and using that as a way to garner your vote. I think that the way they should be getting people to vote for these political parties is saying, hey, we're going to protect you. We're going to make sure stuff like this doesn't happen anymore. But the problem is, if I was to say to you that, hey, I prefer to worry about what's going on in this country. Yeah, stuff that's going on in the Ukraine, that's bad. And the stuff that's going on all over the world, that's really, really bad. But charity starts at home. Let's fix our own country first. Yeah? It's gone way too far now. Shit is real now. I'm worried. Imagine if my daughter is working in a JD Sports, just trying to get her work experience up, and this happens. You saw some of those JD workers trying to fight to get the stuff back. Is my daughter going to be expected to do that? Where is the security? Oh, these companies are scared to allow their security staff to tackle these people for fear of being sued. It's insane. We are literally in a society now where brazen crime, everyday crime is tolerated, is actually normalized. But you expressing your opinion, you saying that, hey, I don't like this, man. I think that we need to be tougher on crime. People are using identity politics to gaslight us, to confuse us, to make us believe that somehow our opinions on this are wrong, are bigoted, are racist, that we're not using nuance to understand why these people are stealing. Why not just throw the book at these sons of bitches, man, and be done with it? I read the other day that knife crime is increasing, and no one's really talking about this, right? And I'm thinking to myself, are we still having to deal with this epidemic of violence crime? Are we still seeing youngsters chasing each other up the street, stabbing each other to death, sometimes in broad daylight? Mate, why are we not dealing with this? Why are we dealing with everything but what concerns the average, regular British taxpayer, British citizen? Why is everything else being addressed but not that? The stuff that matters to us. Like, surely, if you was to be tough on crime, and I'm talking about seriously tough on crime, you stab someone to death, for a long time, mate. People are coming out 5 years later, 4 years later, 3 years later. What? Listen, coming from someone who is, you know, who's from a council estate, I grew up surrounded by that sort of stuff. It wasn't as bad as it is now, right? But I've grew up surrounded around that sort of stuff. If people are genuinely scared of the consequence of their actions, if they know that if they get nicked committing violent crimes, stabbing people, killing people, that they're going to go to jail for a very, very, very long time. And they ain't going to get no PlayStation 2 or PlayStation, whatever they're using nowadays. There ain't going to be no TV there. In fact, you're going to be worked to the bone. You're going to be worked day and night. You're going to be going through different courses to prepare yourself for when you come out. You're going to do your time, and it's going to be a long time. You think that making an example out of some of these people won't dissuade others from following or going down the same path? I'm no political scientist. I just understand human behavior to a certain extent. I understand what pushes, what motivates some people, and I understand what demotivates some people. And it is one of the oldest tricks. People have done it since the beginning of time. If you are firm, really firm with people that commit these sort of crimes, it's literally like they're terrorizing the members of public. So if you are firm with them, it sends a message. Oh, you stabbed someone and then you was on Facebook talking about scoring points? 20 years, no parole. Do you think that's going to continue? Politicians and online activists fighting their ideological battles. Mate, I am not interested in that shit. Miss me with that, mate. I'm interested in what affects everyday Brits. Every day. Listen, I'm a man. I would dread to think as a woman walking around these streets nowadays. It must be genuinely scary. And I see all the time on Instagram, you'll see people arguing about things that don't even matter to us, that shouldn't even matter to us. Everyday Brits are going through stuff nowadays. They're having to witness this. This isn't about hating anybody or playing identity politics, yeah? It's about what kind of society that people are expected to tolerate until they say enough is enough. We need to do something about it. Stop telling me about what's going on thousands of miles away. This is real. It's right in front of me, mate. People keep talking about compassion. Oh, we got to show compassion to this, to that cause, to this cause. And yeah, compassion matters. But compassion without order eventually stops feeling compassionate to ordinary people living their lives in this country. If politicians spent half as much time fixing public disorder, the brazen just social decay of our communities in this country, maybe people wouldn't feel this level of frustration. Seriously, you tell me. If you saw that the government were being proactive, they weren't just feeding us lip service. We want to know that you're doing what you set out to do, what we voted you in to do. If we saw this, then maybe there wouldn't be this frustration. Maybe there wouldn't be this infighting. 2 men with sledgehammers rob a jewelry store in broad daylight and nobody intervenes. Not because people don't care, but because they're scared, mate. Because they're scared. I find it really, really frustrating when I find people on Instagram spending so much energy saying why you shouldn't vote for this party or that party, using so much energy trying to make you look evil for showing concern for the direction your country is going. I find it really, really frustrating when they say that, oh, they celebrate the diversity and the way it is. There's nothing wrong with this country. I hate when I hear there's nothing wrong with this country. This country is great right now. We need to fear the far right that are coming in like they don't understand what far right means. You need to read the dictionary of far right. The Reform Party are not far right. Restore are not far right. They got so much energy for these things, but there is no energy when they say a woman just get punched in the face for no reason and robbed broad daylight. A guy's motorcycle just getting robbed just like that, broad daylight. That could be his only way of making money. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do now? Look at that jewelry store. So they're going to claim on the insurance, but their insurance premium is going to go up, right? That's going to affect their insurance premium. And maybe to these race hustlers, social justice warriors, always looking for trouble, that's, oh, you could just go and buy some more stuff. But this is life and death to everyday people. Imagine being a woman or even a man having to watch your shop just get robbed in broad daylight, brazenly. No one's doing anything. No police in sight. Like, the bitterness, I'd be so angry. And we're expected not to protect ourselves. God help you if someone breaks into your house, yeah, tries to burgle you, and you get a little bit too, shall we say, hands-on with the culprit. You'll probably get a longer sentence than that person who tried to burgle you. That's insane. Until we take the lives of everyday British people seriously, just as serious as all these causes all around the world, you're going to have this friction, this tension, this discontent. I wonder who benefits from all of this. And I'm not just talking about the government, because they obviously benefit. I'm not just talking about big business, because they benefit from this. There are actually people that thrive on this. They're on Instagram, they're on YouTube. There are people that do this just for clout, just for money, because they're paid to do so, or just because they love the drama. Everybody is fighting about all these things that are going on all around the world. Left versus the right, LGBT versus whoever, Muslims versus Christians, and all of this crap. Meanwhile, on the streets, we have this. So yeah, you keep worrying about everything else and ignore that, right? This is normal nowadays, right? Anyway, thank you for watching. Mind how you go, yeah?
Si aquí cuesta $10 el gramo.